Hey there, English learners. Welcome back to Speak English in the USA. I'm Alex.
And I'm Taylor. Today, we're diving into something super practical, construction job English dialogue.
That's right. Whether you're working on a construction site or just want to understand this type of workplace English, this episode is for you.
Exactly. So let's get started with why construction site English is so important. Alex, what makes this type of communication special?
Great question, Taylor. Construction site English is all about clear, direct communication. It's not just about getting the job done, it's literally about safety.
Right. When you're working with heavy equipment, power tools, and potentially dangerous materials, miscommunication can be really serious.
Absolutely. So construction workers use very specific language, short, clear phrases, lots of action verbs, and they always confirm what they understand. Plus, there's tons of tool and material vocabulary.
Exactly. And the tone is usually friendly but urgent. People need to work fast, but they also need to work safely. Okay, Alex, let's jump into our main dialogue example.
Perfect. I'm going to play Mike, the supervisor, and you're playing Sarah, a worker. Ready? Here we go. Sarah, we need to finish framing this wall today.
Got it, Mike. What do you need me to do first?
Can you grab the drill and those 2x4s over there? Start with the bottom plate.
Sure thing. These 2x4s here?
Yeah, that's right. And Sarah, make sure that's level before you drill. Use the level tool.
Okay, checking now. Looks good. Should I use the 3-inch screws?
Perfect. Yes, 3-inch. And hey, watch out for that extension cord behind you.
Thanks for the heads up. Mike, after I finish this section, what's next?
We'll move to the vertical studs, but take your time with this first. Better to do it right than fast.
Understood. Should I check with you before moving on?
Yeah, definitely. Just give me a shout when you're done. And if you run into any problems, don't try to figure it out yourself. Ask.
Will do. Thanks, Mike.
All right, everyone. That was our construction site dialogue. Taylor, what did you notice about the language patterns there?
So much good stuff. First, let's talk about the instructions. Mike said, "Can you grab the drill?" Not, "Would you be able to possibly grab the drill if it's convenient?"
Exactly. Construction English is direct. Can you grab? Simple, clear, friendly, but efficient.
Right. And notice how Sarah always confirmed what she understood. These 2x4s here, should I use the 3-inch screws? That's super important.
Make sure that's level.
Perfect. And watch out. This is super common for safety warnings. Watch out. It means be careful. There's danger.
Give me a shout. That means call me or let me know. It's casual but professional. Give me a shout.
Can you grab the drill? Perfect. Now, before we get into our practice phrases, let's explore more construction vocabulary. Alex, can you tell us about some essential tools that come up in conversations all the time?
Absolutely. Let me break down the most common tools you'll hear about. First, power tools. Drill, circular saw, nail gun, angle grinder. These are the big ones. Notice we don't say drilling machine, just drill.
Right, and hand tools are just as important. Hammer, screwdriver, wrench, pliers, measuring tape, level. These tools come up in conversation constantly. What about materials, Alex?
Make sure that's level. Great question. For wood materials, we have 2x4s, 2x6s, plywood, and lumber. For hardware, screws, nails, bolts, washers. And for safety, hard hat, safety glasses, gloves, and steel-toe boots.
Excellent. Now let's practice another dialogue. This time it's about a safety situation. Alex, you'll be Dave, the foreman, and I'll be Maria, a new worker on her first day.
Perfect. Here we go. Maria, welcome to the site. Before you start working, we need to do a safety walkthrough. Do you have all your PPE?
We need to finish this today. Yes, I have my hard hat, safety glasses, and gloves. What's PPE again? I want to make sure I understand.
Good question. PPE means personal protective equipment. That's exactly what you have. Hard hat, safety glasses, gloves. Do you have steel-toe boots?
Yes, I do. Should I put them on now?
Watch out for that extension cord. Absolutely. PPE stays on at all times on the work site. Now see that yellow tape over there? That's a restricted area. Heavy machinery is operating. Stay clear of yellow tape.
Got it. Yellow tape means don't go there. What about if I need to use power tools?
First, check with your supervisor. Never use a power tool without permission. Second, inspect it first. Check the cord, make sure it's not damaged. And always unplug tools before changing bits or blades.
Should I check with you before moving on? Unplug before changing bits. That makes sense. What if I see something that looks dangerous?
Great question. Report it immediately. Find me or any supervisor and say, I spotted a safety hazard. Don't try to fix it yourself. Just report it. Safety first, always.
Perfect. So wear PPE always, stay away from yellow tape, get permission for power tools, inspect equipment, and report hazards immediately. Did I get that right?
Give me a shout when you're done. Exactly right. Maria, you're going to do great here. Welcome to the team.
Do you have all your PPE? Perfect dialogue. That was all about safety communication, which is just as important as work instructions. Alex, what did you notice about how Dave explained things?
I spotted a safety hazard. Dave was very clear and methodical. He didn't just say, be safe. He gave specific instructions. Stay clear of yellow tape. Check with your supervisor. Unplug tools before changing bits. Very specific.
Stay clear of the yellow tape. Excellent practice. Now, Alex, we've covered work instructions, safety communication, vocabulary, and practical situations. Let's talk about common mistakes people make in construction communication.
Check with your supervisor first.
Exactly. And notice how Maria asked for definitions when she didn't know something? What's PPE again? That's perfect. No shame in asking for clarification on safety terms. Excellent. Now let's talk about some real-world situations you might encounter. Alex, what about when there's noise on a construction site? How does that affect communication?
Oh, this is so important. The biggest mistake is not asking questions when you don't understand something. People think it makes them look bad, but actually, it's the opposite. That's so important. Construction sites are loud. You need to speak clearly and loudly. But workers also use hand signals, like pointing, thumbs up for okay, and flat hand up for stop. Right. And let's break down some key safety phrases. PPE stays on at all times. PPE stays on at all times. This means never remove your safety equipment while working.
Right. And if you can't hear someone clearly, get closer to them or wait for a quieter moment. Never guess what someone said if it involves safety or important instructions. Totally. Supervisors want you to ask. It's much better than doing something wrong or getting hurt.
Another important area is measurements. Construction work is all about precision. Instead of cut it about this long, you say cut it to 3 feet 2 inches or cut it to 3 1/8 inches.
And I spotted a safety hazard is the exact phrase to use when you see danger. I spotted a safety hazard, not I think maybe something might be wrong. Exactly. And when someone gives you measurements, repeat them back. So that's 3 feet 2 inches? Correct. This prevents costly mistakes. One wrong measurement can ruin hours of work.
Exactly. Another big mistake is using unclear language. Don't say that thing over there, say the hammer on the workbench or the 2x4s by the truck. Time is also crucial. You'll hear phrases like, we need this done by lunch, that's a half-day job, or this should take about 2 hours. Being realistic about time helps everyone plan better. Now, let's talk about construction site culture. Taylor, construction workers communicate differently than office workers. How would you describe the communication style?
Good point. And if you realize a task will take longer than expected, communicate that early. Say, this is taking longer than expected, or I need another hour to finish this properly. Right, be specific. And here's a big one, not confirming instructions. If someone tells you to do 3 things, repeat them back. It's very direct and practical. No small talk during work tasks, it's all business. But during breaks, people are usually friendly and helpful. The focus during work is efficiency and safety above all.
Yes, so instead of just saying, okay, say, so you want me to cut the boards, drill the holes, and then attach the brackets. Got it. Exactly. And hierarchy is important. If you're new, listen to experienced workers and supervisors. Don't argue with instructions. Ask questions to understand better, but follow directions. Another mistake is not speaking up in noisy environments. Some people mumble or speak too quietly. On a construction site, you need to project your voice clearly.
Perfect. Now let's wrap up with our top tips for successful construction site English. We've covered a lot of ground today. Work instructions, safety communication, vocabulary, practical situations, and common mistakes. Alex, what's your number 1 tip? And here's a big one, not knowing when to ask for help. If you've been struggling with something for 15 minutes, ask for help. Don't waste time trying to figure everything out alone.
Keep it simple and clear. Use short sentences. Say, I don't understand, instead of, I'm having some difficulty comprehending what you mean. Absolutely. And never guess at measurements or assume you heard correctly. If someone says a measurement and there's any doubt, ask them to repeat it. Did you say 3 feet or 13 feet?
Great advice. And my tip, always confirm instructions, especially for safety. If someone says, turn off the power, repeat it back. Turn off the power. Got it.
Absolutely. And remember, asking questions shows you care about doing good work. Should I wear safety glasses for this? Which drill bit should I use? These are smart questions.
Exactly. And learn the basic tool and material names. Drill, hammer, screws, 2x4s, level, measuring tape. This vocabulary will make everything easier. Here's my second tip. Learn to say, I need help confidently. It's not a weakness, it's professional. I need help with this measurement, or I need help lifting this. Totally normal.
Perfect. So let's recap today's comprehensive episode. We covered construction site English communication, how it's direct, clear, and focused on safety. We practiced 2 complete dialogues with different scenarios. Third tip, listen more than you talk, especially when you're new. Experienced construction workers share valuable knowledge. Listen to their conversations about techniques, problems, and solutions.
We explored essential vocabulary for tools, materials, and safety equipment. We covered practical situations like noisy environments and precise measurements. We practiced key phrases, discussed common mistakes, and shared our top 4 tips for clear communication. Remember, everyone, when in doubt, ask questions. Fourth tip, practice the vocabulary at home. Say tool names, safety phrases, and common instructions out loud. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes when you need it quickly.
Thanks for listening to Speak English in the USA. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Stay safe out there, everyone.